Hello, everyone. With the market selling off at some point more than 2%, we want to come in here and give you an idea as to why that happened. So if you are not familiar with the company name Evergrande, you probably should be. Evergrande is the second biggest real estate developer out in China and are currently at $300 billion in debt. They just announced that they are at the brink of being insolvent, meaning they're not going to be able to pay their debts. And therefore, their stock started to severely sell off. And more importantly, coming up here in 3 days, they have obligations to pay their bondholders, which at this point doesn't seem like it's going to happen. The markets obviously did not like this type of news coming out. And you think, why would a singular company out in China be so important where the markets will react the way they did? And there is some context behind that. They employ well over 200,000 people indirectly. They're accountable for 3.8 million jobs a year. And because they're in the business of developing land, leasing it out, there's obviously financial institutions involved in their company as well as suppliers. There's a lot at stake here. But here's the thing that actually I think is more important that we discussed in our market update is, yes, there is a big potential ripple effect to this big corporation going down. There actually has been talks of Chinese government actually stepping in to see if they're going to quote unquote bail them out. But more importantly, I think this is a really good catalyst to see the markets collectively sell off. They have been red hot since the COVID crash last year. It's been 19 months since the market has gone down 10%. So the market, I think, is finding more or less somewhat of an excuse to sell off. And a lot of investors at this point seem to be taking gains and therefore having the market severely sell off. So I'll leave you with this. Tomorrow, I think, is very important from a technical standpoint to understand if the market continues to sell off or if today marks the potential rebound starting tomorrow. So as simple as I can put it, be very observant. If the market tomorrow ends up in the positive, I think there's a very high probability that we start to see some recovery. If the market ends up in the negative territory once again tomorrow, I think there's a highly likely chance that we continue to sell off. So if you're wondering why and the goods behind this information or observation, happy to comment further. Drop us a DM, send a comment, and we will be happy to expand that much further. But at the very least, hopefully you know now why the markets reacted what they did. Do some research on Evergrande and be observant. These opportunities are exactly what they are. Market sells off. It always leads to opportunity if you're careful, vigilant, patient, and have a game plan. So for more news, feel free to follow us, and we'll be happy to provide you more insight as the recovery either hopefully starts or the sell-off continues.